And then Trump is sharing this video of a Colorado voter burning his American Party registration form after Cruz's victory. His campaign notes that this guy is not the only one saying goodbye to the GOP.
You have millions of Republican voters right now who are tearing up their registrations as we speak. We have voters in Louisiana, you have voters in Tennessee who all are experiencing this right now, and many of them are threatening to leave the party.
So two questions. One, why is Colorado such a pivotal point? Why do you think Trump is focused on that? And do you think Cruz's reaction, well, what do you think of it?
Well, I think the reason that Trump is complaining about Colorado is because he lost. And what he's pinning it on is the fact that there is no primary or caucus in the state of Colorado. The delegates in that state are selected by a state convention, which can sound like sort of an insider deal. Now, look, I will actually agree with Donald Trump. I don't like the system that they've adopted in Colorado. I think it is bafflingly undemocratic, and the people should be allowed to vote. However, this is the system that was put in place months ago.
Okay, stop right there. Let's go ahead and clarify this. Let me hit pause. And it was not a system that was put in place months ago, okay? And he's acting like there's no fraud. So let me go find this other video that I have, and I'll be right back. Just a second. Okay, here's the video. I'll try and get the light off of it so you can see it. Here's the video of this delegate holder, if you can see that. Colorado Trump delegate removed and replaced, okay?
Well, good morning, everybody. It's been a real long time since I've been this pissed off. I'm here at the state convention in Douglas, well, down in Colorado Springs, Colorado, at the World Center here. And I've spent the last hour in line. Douglas County didn't even have a table for their delegates. They've got some guy standing out there with a stick and a sign on it. But I've spent the last hour trying to get my credentials so I can get in and get a vote today. And I guess my precinct captain made good on her threats. My name is no longer on the roster as a delegate. I have been removed and replaced. My vote nullified because I voted for Trump. And so...
Okay, wait a second. Didn't he just say that his name was removed because he was voting for Trump? So they're trying to say that there was no illegal activity going on. There was no scumbag Cruz lying shit going on. Is that what they're trying to say? Really? So this guy is a delegate holder. He's been a delegate holder, I think he says 25 years. It'll come up in just a few minutes. So this guy's been a delegate holder for that many years, and because he said he's voting for Trump, they're like, nah, if you're voting for Trump, we're just taking you off the roster. You're not allowed to hold your credentials anymore. Okay, so tell me somebody didn't get bought off and paid off somewhere. Okay, come on. Seriously? We're not that stupid.
I am unbelievably pissed. This petty bunch of little pissants over here, if they think they're going to get away with this, they're sadly mistaken. I'm going to raise holy hell about this to everybody that I can get to listen. I'm sick to death of how dishonest and corrupt these people are in Douglas County for the GOP. I'm ashamed to call myself a Republican, and after this election here, I won't be. I never will be again. I've been a lifelong Republican all of my life, and this corrupt bunch of thieves is not even worth fighting for. I'll find another party that believes more like I do. I've had it with them. But Jan Morgan, you're not going to get away with this. I'll find somebody.
I don't know who Jan Morgan is, but if she's an elected official, her ass needs to go. I will look her up and post it later.
Well, listen to me. I'll find some way to hold you accountable for this. Bet on it.
That right there is what I'm talking about, okay? Now, let's go ahead and finish watching Dickhead lying to us about how politicians aren't paid off and Cruz didn't cheat. Because when you're a delegate holder for 25 years and they say vote for Cruz or we take you off the ballot and they actually follow through on it, tell me they didn't cheat. At this point, Trump's got more money than all the rest of them. I would even go so far as to say I wouldn't mind if he bought the election and then just took his money back, okay? Because at least I know that he would fix America instead of keep screwing it up like these people that are in charge now.
We've known these rules since August. Donald Trump knew the rules since August. But now that he got his clock cleaned again...
Yeah, the rules is what we knew, dumbass. Okay, and the rule doesn't say, if you don't vote for my candidate, I can throw you out. That's not a rule. Okay, what are you, like 25? Is that a pimple on your face? Are you 15 years old? Are you that stupid? That's not the rules, is that it's okay to cheat.
Again, operationally by Ted Cruz, he is throwing out very charged language like corrupt and rigged as an...
Let's see. Take a guy with 25 years worth of being on the delegates and you throw him out because he's not voting for your guy. Right, I wouldn't call that corrupt. I wouldn't call that rigged. You moron!
As an excuse for his own team's ineptitude and shortcomings, and I think that...
You want to talk inept? You are exactly showing what inept looks like, dumbass.
I think that's really unfortunate because he's casting doubt on the legitimacy of the entire process, which can be...
That resonates with voters, right, Andrea? I mean, people have said that they...
Wait, legitimacy. I love it. That's funny.
That they feel like their voices don't count. And my second question, and I'll ask it to you...
The RNC chairman already told us that the American people's voice don't count. There's another video where he flat-ass says the American people don't pick who the nominee is. The Republican Party picks it. Okay? I mean, people ain't stupid anymore. The news and the media needs to stop lying to us.
Ask it to you. What do you think about Cruz's response today?
Well, a couple things. Guy's absolutely right. I mean, the process in Colorado, it is a bit sketchy. So Trump absolutely has a point there. But it is the rules, and those are the rules, and they set those rules in place. It's a message that works, though.
She is a Trump supporter, and usually I like what she says. But right now she's being a bimbo. The rules aren't, if you don't vote for my character, I can just remove you from the delegate page. That's not part of the rules. Wisen up, bimbo. Usually I like her a lot because she always sticks up for Trump. But, I mean, I still like her, but she's not stupid, but she's definitely ignorant on this point.
It works, though, because Trump is also correct. I mean, both men can be right on some issues because it's complicated. It's not black and white. Trump is correct. The establishment has been working behind the scenes to get rid of him. So he has a point, and he knows that this resonates with his supporters. But again, and I brought this point up yesterday, Trump has actually benefited far more than Ted Cruz from the arcane rules of the Republican Party. Exactly. When you look at this, Trump leads the Republican field, 756 delegates, which is 45% of the delegates awarded to date. However...
I understand, even if they're screwed up rules while they're trying to screw him over, does Trump a favor, that still doesn't matter because as long as their rules screw him out of getting 1237, it doesn't matter because then they just pick whoever the hell they want. Okay, so it doesn't matter if he's got more delegates right now because when it goes contested, then you got turncoats that pretend they're Trump fans that are going to go vote for Cruz. And if you haven't been watching the news, then you just wouldn't understand that. But I do watch it and I do understand the dirty backstabbing politics.
Trump's support is greater than his actual support from voters. So he has more delegates even though he has less support from the voters when you look at the math.
Okay, what math did she look at? Because the last time I looked at the numbers, it was 6 million for Cruz and over 8 million for Trump. So go back and look at your figures again, woman.
So his argument, not exactly bulletproof on that one.
And actually, you raise an excellent point. Cruz has benefited much less than Trump because, as you pointed out, Trump has 22% above his raw vote in terms of delegate Delegates, Cruz only has 14. So if anybody has the right to complain about getting the short end of the stick here.
How about screw delegates, one vote, one person, okay? This is why the delegate system doesn't work. And you get somebody with a popular vote that loses the election or the nomination, okay? It doesn't make sense that 60% of America would, I'm just throwing numbers out there, that 60% of America would rather have one person in office and 40% would rather have a different person in office, and the guy with 40% wins, okay? Now, what are you guys talking about? That new Common Core math? You know, no wonder our kids are stupid nowadays. It's the way you add 1 plus 1, okay? There is no 1 plus 1. You got to add 10, subtract 100, and throw in the square root of 45. You friggin' morons.